Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Bam Adebayo gets real on Heat's potential roster changes. The Miami Heat season is over. They were swept by the Cleveland Cavaliers in the opening round of the postseason. Their inability to win a single game illustrates Miami's need for roster reinforcements. During his post-game news conference on Monday, April 28, Bam Adebayo admitted that he expects to see significant changes to the Heat's roster in the coming months. There's going to be a lot of changes this summer, Adebayo said. Just from my point of view, understanding how the guy with the silver hair works. Just be prepared for that. Adebayo was clearly referencing Pat Riley with his post-game comments. Riley has a track record of retooling Miami's roster on the fly. He's also proven capable of landing elite-level talent when his team needs a boost. As such, it would be foolish to expect Miami to stand pat in the coming months. Of course, the Heat will need to get creative. They're not a cap-space team and have very little in terms of tradable assets. Nevertheless, there should be enough in the cupboard to swing at least one big trade. The challenge will be doing so without sacrificing Tyler Herro or Adebayo in any deal. If Miami does want to bring in a new star, Kevin Durant is among the most logical choices. The veteran forward is expected to be made available by the Phoenix Suns. As such, Riley could be tempted into piecing together a package to bring Durant to South Beach. According to a recent report from Mark Stein, Miami is among the teams most frequently linked to Durant. Minnesota, New York, Miami, and San Antonio rank as the most frequently cited potential Durant suitors, Stein reported on April 22. League sources, in particular, have been pinpointing the Timberwolves and Knicks depending on how their postseasons play out. Durant would be an ideal star for the Heat moving forward. He's still among the best scorers in the NBA. And, furthermore, he will be hungry to try and add another championship to his resume before calling time on his career. During an April 2 appearance on The Pat McAfee Show, ESPN's Shams Charania reported that both Durant and the Heat had a mutual interest ahead of the February 6 trade deadline. Back at the NBA trade deadline, there was a list of teams with which there was mutual interest with Kevin Durant, Charania said. Those teams, from my understanding, are Minnesota, that's New York, Houston, San Antonio, and Miami. Any move for Durant, or any other star, won't be easy. Miami will face competition from other teams around the league. Furthermore, they must convince their target that they will be able to contend on South Beach. Fortunately, the Heat's reputation as one of the hardest-playing teams in the league will give them some amount of goodwill. It remains to be seen how the Heat look to retool the roster. Still, one thing is for sure, the team that ended the season won't be the one that starts the 2025-26 campaign. Trading for a star is just the beginning of the Heat's offseason to-do list. After a tumultuous season headlined by the Jimmy Butler trade and suffering the worst playoff defeat in league history, the Miami Heat enter a pivotal offseason in which they will try to chart a course to return to contention. From the draft and big-name trades, to rounding out the roster with more depth, here are the biggest questions facing the Heat this summer. 1. What are Miami's draft assets? The Heat have the 20th pick in June's draft, via Golden State, and their own 2026, 2029, 2030, 2031, and 2032 first-round picks. They owe Charlotte a top 14 protected pick in 2027, or an unprotected pick in 2028, if it does not convey. In terms of tradable firsts, the Heat have two, 2030 and 2032. They can also trade the selection that make with the 20th pick on or after draft night, essentially making it so that they can trade 3 firsts this summer. They also have 2 future seconds available. 2. Can the Heat trade for a star? After being outscored by a record 122 points in Cleveland's first-round sweep, it's clear the Heat need a major talent upgrade to the roster. There are going to be a lot of changes this summer, knowing how the guy with the silver hair works, Bam Adebayo said of team president Pat Riley. Be prepared for that. Fortunately for the Heat, this could be a particularly busy summer for star movement. The league expects Kevin Durant to get traded this summer, and Giannis Antetokounmpo's future will be the subject of speculation when his Milwaukee Bucks are eliminated in the playoffs. There are also questions about the futures of Ja Morant, Devin Booker, and Zion Williamson in their respective cities. The Heat have 3 tradable first-round picks and $65 million in expiring salary that can be used in a deal. 3. Can the Heat re-sign Davion Mitchell? The Heat are expected to extend Mitchell his $8.7 million qualifying offer to make him a restricted free agent and give Miami a chance to match any outside offers. Mitchell would be on the books as an $8.7 million cap hold until the Heat negotiate a new contract or another team offers Mitchell a contract that Miami decides not to match. If Mitchell re-signs with Miami, his agreed-upon salary would replace that $8.7 million cap hold. Mitchell has made it clear that he wants to remain in Miami. "I always wanted to play for Miami," Mitchell told All You Can Heat in March. "It's my culture, the way I carry myself, the way I play." The question is how much the Heat are willing to eat into 2026 cap space to retain Mitchell, who thrived after coming over at the trade deadline. 4. Does Tyler Herro sign an extension? Starting October 1, Herro is eligible to sign a 3-year, $149.7 million extension. Those years would be added to the 2 years, $31 million and $33 million, that Herro already has left on his contract and keep him under contract through his 30th birthday. The deadline for that extension is October 20. "Everyone knows I want to be here long-term," Herro told the Miami Herald. "And I'm definitely excited to see what they have to say for the extension, and see if they want me here as much as I want to be here." If both sides wait until the summer of 2026, Herro would then be eligible to sign a 4-year, $206.9 million extension. He'd become eligible to sign a 5-year, $380 million Supermax extension if he's named All-NBA next season. Herro put together the best season of his career, playing in a career-high 77 games after Pat Riley challenged him to be more durable before the season. He also averaged career highs in points, 23.9, assists, 5.5, field goal percentage, 47.2, and three-pointers made per game, 3.3, in his first All-Star season. Stephen A. Smith sparks demand for Heat's Pat Riley to step down. The Miami Heat were swept by the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs and lost Games 3 and 4 at home in an embarrassing fashion. The Heat lost Game 3 by 37 points and Game 4 by 55. "I hope that players became better from it, but damn, it was humbling," Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra said after Game 4. "This series was humbling." All-Star big man Bam Adebayo told reporters after Game 4 that he expects Heat president Pat Riley to make a lot of changes this summer. However, Stephen A. Smith of ESPN has an even tougher stand for Riley. Smith doesn't believe Riley should be back in Miami. He said on First Take Tuesday that Riley should retire and Spoelstra should be the Heat's new president of basketball operations. The Heat hasn't won a title since 2013. They reached the NBA Finals in 2020 and 2023 with Adebayo and Jimmy Butler leading the way, but lost on both occasions. Butler requested a trade from the Heat this season and was traded to the Golden State Warriors. Riley and Butler didn't have a good relationship near the end of Butler's tenure in South Beach. Riley is a Hall of Famer. He's considered one of the smartest basketball minds of all time. However, he has managed to make Butler, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James angry and wasn't able to acquire Damian Lillard in 2023 when the All-Star requested a trade from the Portland Trail Blazers and wanted to get traded to the Heat. Riley is 80 years old. It's unknown how much longer he wants to work, but if it were up to Smith, Riley wouldn't be with Miami next season. And you, fan? What do you think about Pat Riley's situation? Write to us in the comments.